before I profile some of the solutions that I think would go a long way in resolving some of these issues, I think it's important, Mr. President, to give a vent to where I am coming from. I was the secretary to the Presidential Committee on National Security way back in 2001 when Professor Tamuno was the chairman. We toured everywhere, nook and crannies of this country and looked at the security problems and preferred solutions in a comprehensive report that we sent to the government, and not even a white paper was written. I was also a member of MD Yusuf-led Presidential Committee for the Reform of the Nigerian Police Force. And we went all over the country, all the former IGs and former DIGs and intelligence people. A white paper was written, nothing was done. Another committee was set up by former President Jonathan on the police force, nothing has been done. Now the major issue, Mr. President, is that the entire national security architecture in this country has collapsed. It has collapsed for several reasons. Reasons that have been political, reasons that are also having to do with impunity, and also reasons for corruption. The major problem in crime management and in security management is intelligence, intelligence, and intelligence. If you don't have a system of communication and intelligence, you are always going to be quite below expectations when it comes to taking care of national security. Therefore, Mr. President, one of the worst things that happened was that this country was ruled by a few white men in the colonial army, not on the basis of force or military engagement, but on the basis of the kind of intelligence that they were able to gather from local people all over the country. And with this, they are able to pinpoint exactly the point where security threats are and address them adequately. Professor Tamuno used to tell us when we were doing the investigation that local distant forces do not quench local fires. Local fires are quenched locally. And the only way you can do it is to have effective intelligence. So what has happened in this country over the years is that you have huge ungoverned spaces like Tidaji, Urugu, and other places that you are talking about. And then you have the entire architecture that was built to provide intelligence for the government collapsed or was corrupted. So the issue now, Mr. President, is to sit down and look at the entire national security architecture, take into account the current condition that this country is in, and rebuild that architecture. Whether that architecture will involve state police forces, local police forces, local government police forces, or even police forces at world level. It is that in the process of rebuilding that security architecture that will determine what kind of security engagement you need at each level of governance. But prior to that, let us not jump into saying state police, non-state police, federal police. Let us build the security architecture based on the need that we find on the ground. But the most important thing is that the entire structure has collapsed. We need to sit down, engage ourselves, and rebuild it again. Thank you.